one of us is great at everything. But when we come together, we're unstoppable. I think about that back in the role of where you are. If you're in a school building, you're in a central office building, or an office in general, where is our attention with each other? What do we hide that prevents us from being able to step into the light of our strengths, of what we're good at doing? Because when you do that, you're not saying you're the best. You're not saying you're perfect at it. What you're saying is like, I actually have some strengths here. When we put mirrors up, we see what one person has and we meet and compare if we have that or we don't. Another one, another one, another one, another one. And we do this to ourselves because we're taking the greatness of others and comparing it to us. Tell me, are we looking at your weaknesses today? No. What we're looking at is your strengths over your deficits. We are so good at the deficits part. But if we want to create a human-focused culture, in other words, putting the humans as the focus of where you work, creating that is not going to be about tearing each other down. It's not going to be about beating yourself up. It's about lifting yourself up with the strengths that you have, because remember, a strength will remain a strength, but a weakness will never become a strength. It will improve, but it won't get to that level. Now, if you're not familiar with the power pose, I'm going to teach you the power pose, but when you look into the research behind psychological safety, Amy Edmondson gets a lot of credit, and she actually did a TED Talk, and in that they did the power pose. And so if you put your feet shoulder width apart, so you're grounded. So if I came and bumped you, you still pretty much, you might rock a little bit, but you still got your ground, okay? So now you're going to take your hands, put them in fists, put them on your hips like a superhero, bring your chest up. This is so important. Bring it up as if a string is pulling right through here, right? And you're gonna hold that. I want you to hold it. Keep holding it for 30 seconds. All right, I'm gonna release, but you keep holding. Stay nice and tall. Because what actually is happening is within the 30 seconds of you holding that power pose, you are physically changing the chemistry within your brain. You are releasing chemicals right now that say, I got this, I can do this. You know, don't even try to challenge me because I'm gonna get through this, I'm gonna make it. Would you raise your paper if you have ever been late to work? Okay, yes, thank you. Raise your paper if you have ever come to work unprepared. Unprepared. Okay, it's about all of us on that one too. Thank you. Would you raise your paper if at any point you lived in a single parent home? You lived in a single parent home. Or caretaker, I can throw caretaker in there too. Thank you. Would you raise your paper if you ever had somebody who told you that you would not amount to anything? Don't even try. Keep your papers up because I want to thank you for pushing through and being here. Thank you. Would you raise your paper if you know that someone has your back? Literally right now. Okay. Yes. Thank you. As you have a seat, I just want to remind you that every behavior has a story. Every behavior has a story. And I believe you know that more than anyone. Take your hands and put your hands at the base of your skull. So back here at the base of your skull. So this is your brain stem, right? So this is where you have fight, flight, freeze, fawn. And then when you get up to the middle here, so come way up on top, you're not quite the middle, you're actually towards the back a little bit. You look amazing, by the way. Nice job. Right, so when we look at this part, deep inside here, you have the limbic system. The limbic system processes emotions. It also takes short-term memory into long-term memory. So when you are highly stressed, emotions, short-term memory into long-term memory is hindered. Now put your hands here and say logical thinking and reasoning. Right, so this is where you do your judging, your planning, your decision-making, your critical thinking. All the executive functions that you sometimes hear about is here. However, the challenge is when we undergo stress, the blood flow is no longer everywhere we want it to be. It actually goes from the front and backs out to here and here, which means you have trouble critically thinking. You have trouble judging, making decisions, planning. And my goodness, when does this fully develop? I'm hearing a range, yes. Science used to say like early to mid 20s, and now they're saying sometimes they believe it might not be till we're in our 40s. Some of you are like, that explains a lot. That's why I crack up, because I've been so guilty of this. I've said to a person, what were you thinking? They're not, right? But Gallup research says that a strength of yours will remain a strength, but your weaknesses will never get to the level of a strength. What do we work on constantly? Over here with weaknesses, right? But what if instead we stepped into using the strengths of what we have, those superpowers that you already named? and we use those. Pablo Picasso said the meaning of life is to find your gift. The purpose of life is to give it away. That's exactly why you are here, and I don't mean literally just in this room, I mean here on this earth. Is because you have gifts and you have a responsibility for giving them away, for sharing them.